Must be something heaven sends. Payback for the love I spent.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome in to the Tasman Racing League Oval Series, where we return for round 8 out of 10. And today, of course, it's going to be Martinsville. We go for a 150-lap feature race, a qualifying session, 10 minutes underway right now. This incredibly short circuit, the only circuit I've ever commentated on that is less than 1 kilometer long. Temperature will be at a solid 25 degrees, and this circuit here, well, this is something special. It actually predates NASCAR entirely. Used to host horse races, and some smart person decided that a layer of nice concrete surrounded by some beautiful tarmac and some banked corners and a few stadiums was a great idea, and we agree with him. Virtual safety car in use today again, and we are barreling, of course, towards the end of the season. We'll get you the championship results as they are at the moment, the standings, in a few moments' time. Tonight, it'll be with myself, George Cooke, and John Wright joining me again to give his perspective on what is one of the most legendary circuits in all of NASCAR. Welcome in, John.
Good evening, George. How we doing? Yes, indeed. They took Paradise and made it a NASCAR track. They've covered it in concrete. We've all gone racing. There is walls, there is bends, there is barely half a mile, and the pit exit and pit entrance all the fun of the fair. Tasman Racing League getting it done. Round number 8, George. It's been a banger of a calendar so far, and Martinsville is really going to separate the drivers from the skivers tonight. If we only see 2 cars finish tonight, I will not be surprised.
Yes, indeed. Yeah, of course, it's very close quarters. The pit entry is a walking disaster or a driving disaster. The pit exit is a disaster on wheels. And then, of course, as you well know, there is a very small amount of straight, probably about 300 meters on either side, followed by a very difficult corner where you need to be slowed right down. So using the brakes a lot more this time than in the past. Of course, ahead of us, we do have on the 26th of November, Michigan, and then the 3rd of December for our season finale at Miami. So as well, I'm going to mispronounce December. I might as well mispronounce Miami as well. I'm just getting in the swing of things, just getting back into it. So the question tonight: will Lewis Bahaja run out of field? Will Lucas Blake get another win tonight? And will he be able to secure his championship win, because he is pulling ahead by some distance? Let's take a look now, actually, at the current points. They'll be up on your screen in a few minutes' time alongside the season schedule. There we are. Lucas Blake, Wright Rear Racing, 495 points. That puts him 151 points ahead of Jason Hutchins. We'll have to do the math on this one, John, but I think he may be uncatchable if he gets another win tonight. Lewis Bahaja on a bit of a charge back, 10 points behind Jason Hutchins. And Matthew Searle, what a result. He's now a race winner in the Oval Series, one of the only drivers in this series who has come over from the Road Series and started fresh, but always been a fan, as we heard him describe during the interview last week. 328 points in 4th place for him for Trident Racing. Wade Georgeson in P5, 420 Oz on 307, still close, still within earshot of those ahead. Jared Williams in P6 for Phantom Sim Sports, 284 points. And then unknown, and I'll have to double check why we're seeing unknown. I do believe that might, I'm not even going to try and guess right now. For some reason, we've got an unknown driver in the mix there. But either way, 280 points, and I think I know who that is, but they will not be named. Jack Kelly-Reid, the privateer, on 279 points, followed by Damien Coates and Daniel Hutchins, rounding out your top 10. So there is still a gap there to get into the top 10 for the end of the season with 3 races to go. But Lucas Blake on a charge, and all he needs is a consistent result all the way through to the end of the season.
Indeed, yeah, and what a season it's been for them all. Sorry, I was looking down, trying to figure out who the unknown is, but there we go. But yeah, no, I do think that if Blake brings home another win today, or even a podium here, George, he could have the season wrapped up before we get to Michigan, or indeed Miami. Yeah, I'm not letting that one go anytime soon. But they've got big headaches tonight. I mean, Lucas, it's all fine and well saying, is Lucas going to bring home another win tonight? Is he going to be able to get the car home tonight? I kid you not, race fans, this track is a certifiable nightmare. If you thought the walls at Bathurst were close, wait until we've had a couple of laps of this oval. There's always walls on the outside, of course. Spectator safety and wall riding is a must at this course, but on the inside as well. There is so many walls, and on the overhead shot that you can see now, just where it says Cooke out, that's the pit exit, and then the pit entrance is at the other end. So if there's an overlap in the pit strategies, if anyone's coming out of the pits, they're getting up to speed as cars are trying to slow down and pull into the pit. And of course, there's an elongated wall either side as well, just to make it a little bit more interesting. So back-to-back pit stops are likely for a few of the drivers as well. I think the number of safety cars we're going to see tonight, I'm going to guesstimate someplace around about 5 or 6, just purely because of the walls. This is a course where there is no forgiveness whatsoever. A lot of the other courses in NASCAR, you've got your little runoff areas. You can hit a bit of grass before you bounce off the wall. You've got lots of runoff the other side of the apron. There is no apron at this course. There was an apron. They put a wall around it and made it the pit exit. And put a wall on the other side to make it the pit entrance. So yeah, there is no runoff on this track at all. There's no safety area, there's no grass, there is solid concrete. And as I've said before, these cars are made, they're held together with hopes and dreams and fairy dust, and none of those survive first contact with a wall, George.
No, that's right. Or if you're a pirate, if you fire a cannon in the right place, it doesn't survive that either. Yeah, I completely agree. This is going to be a wild race, and we're expecting to see at least a few safety cars because I'll tell you, there is no place for Nicholas Heath to go and catch the car. He does not have a runoff area. If anyone makes a mistake tonight, you're going to be bouncing off one wall, hitting the other wall, coming back onto the track and hitting a few cars. That is just going to be the nature of racing here at Martinsville, the shortest track that we are making our way to in this season, which is exciting. So, yeah, keep an eye out on that. Let us know in chat your predictions. Of course, you're watching on the TrackSpotTV YouTube. We're just waiting for qualifying to finish up. 10 minutes of that with about 30 seconds to go. So in the meantime, a couple of tips from Lucas Blake, tonight, our league administrator. He is saying the wall ride, the hail melon, or the, I think it's, it is allowed. So you are allowed to do it. However, be careful, be warned. If you damage your car, you will damage your car doing it. So it'll be pretty slow. It'll be pretty disadvantageous to do that. But if you do not do it safely, if you hit another car, you will find yourself with a massive, massive penalty. So while it is legal and not banned as a move in and of itself, if you make a mess of it, you are going to absolutely cop it from the stewards. Short tracks, so contact extremely likely. Keep it clean, stay respectful. That is the note from them. And of course, be patient. You're not going to win it on lap one. That's a generous warning from us, I think, John, out to those who are listening in at the moment. And we have gridding up right now, so it's time to see who's qualified where. Jack Kelly-Reid, wow, on top by 3 1,000ths of a second. Absolutely. Well, let's see where he finishes, John, before you celebrate too much and maybe put another curse on him. Ian Silver jumping in on debut today. He is brand new to this, and he's qualified second by absolutely nothing. Tiny gap between the two. Tom Williams in third place, not too far behind. Then Jared Williams starting on the second row of the grid there with Tom Williams. Nice to see Tom back up at the top there, and right next to Jared as well. Excellent to see the guys do that. Lewis Burger, Matthew Searle, Nicholas Heath, and Damien Coates. We have to hurry up because the race is getting ready. Everything's on a shorter timescale. Wade Georgeson in ninth, and then of course we have Kelly Hutchins. We have to go. We have to go because it's all starting. We'll see you over there. Okay. Wow. Whew, that was a rush. So the rest of the grid pans out like this. We've got Nicholas Heath in 8th, Jathan Hudson's 9th. Lucas Blake has qualified in P10 from the looks of it. Georgeson down there as well, and Boone Blake. So Boone Blake and Lucas right at the back of things, unfortunately, today. So not where they're going to be wanting to start, but it will be Jack Kelly-Reid leading us off the line once the safety car does decide to get out of Dodge, which, again, the safety car will be able to make a very, very quick exit. It's usually pretty good at getting off the corners, so we shall see. 150 laps ahead of us, remember, so anything can happen at this circuit. We'll bring up the track map on the top right-hand side for your viewing pleasure, and remember, only 2 rounds to go after this, so this is critical. Being safe is going to be really, really important. Heed the words of Gandalf. Is it secret? Is it safe? Well, you're not going to have anything secret apart from maybe your strategy today. And we're looking to see what the constraint is going to be. Is it going to be the tyres? It's going to be the tyres. Or is it going to be the fuel? Is Lewis Buhuja in trouble today? Or is he not? Will Lucas Blake, starting from dead last, by the way, behind Boone Blake, will he be able to get up ahead? There's every chance that he will, because it's going to be a short field of only 12 drivers today. And with this track, anything can happen. There will be a lot of lucky dogs today. And we are away racing. Here we go. Good start there from Jack Kelly-Reid. Gets the foot down immediately. And already too wide. There's an accident already, but it's going to be... Yeah, it is. Oh, no. Ian Silver gets tagged immediately, and we're immediately into a safety car. Oh, wow. John, I was expecting a lap 5 incident, not a lap 0 incident. And we have a lap 0 incident, and that is Ian Silver getting spun around by, I think that was Jared Williams at the beginning. We'll take a look at it in a few moments' time.
It was, yeah. I'm going to be honest, George. My notes did genuinely say, expect lap 1, turn 1, yellow flag.
Yeah.
Yeah, just because of the braking zone into turn number 1, it is such a concertina effect. All it takes is one car to get a mediocre start, which was second place. He takes a little tap in the rear, and suddenly he goes full Gandalf. You shall not pass. And that's it. The rest of the field.
Oh, dear.
And now with single file. So, yeah, it's Gandalf all day.
Yeah, it certainly is. So that was Tom Williams, actually. So Tom Williams dived down to the inside. Ian did leave a little bit of a gap, but by the time Ian turned in, trying to cut the corner and sort of give a little bit of an undercut to Kelly-Reid, by the time that was happening, Tom Williams was already there and then got completely caught up. So that is going to be damage on his car. It's going to be damage on Ian Silver's car as well. Looks like Boone Blake is deciding to come in. So Lucas and Boone Blake both deciding to come into the pit on what is now lap 3. The numbers and the speed that we clock up these laps is kind of stretching my brain at the moment, if I'm honest with you.
It's a very quick turnaround. Like you say, George, it's not often you get a racetrack that's less than a kilometre long. And this one is only just over 3/4 of a kilometre long. It's absolutely wild. And in that, we've got 2 straights and these massive bends. We've got a quick look there, folks. I hope you can see there from the overhead shot. When I say there's no runoff, there is no runoff. We've got, a couple of yards of this nice slidey yellow stuff on the inside, which has got even less grip than these cars on the corner exits. And yeah, you're bouncing off the wall. So I think a few drivers doing well to avoid incidents there and taking any damage. A couple of them coming into the pits for early stops, so Georgeson and both Blakes coming in. Now I'm wondering if that's strategy or if they're just practicing their pit entrances again while under yellow flag, because it's not easy getting in and out of the pits here. It's hard to say. Sorry. Is that the safety car coming off? Yes, it is. We are about to go again. So that's 5 laps in the books, George. And we are all yellow flags so far. Can we make it out with turn number 1? That is the question. It's going to be Kelly Reid leading Williams. Buhagiar up to 3rd place. It's a solid start. Johnson gets a jump on Boone Blake very quickly indeed. They're holding it together there in 2nd place. Buhagiar and Williams going side by side. But Jack Kelly Reid, he is having none of the turmoil that's going on in the background. He is just out here. We've got near single file in the background. Oh, and that's almost losing the back end of the car. He's going to lose so much momentum there. Is he going to get a bump draft? He's not. Buhagiar sneaks his way up into 2nd place, and Jack Kelly Reid clocks an early sub 20-second lap. Oh. And that's not lap number 22. That's 20 seconds, under 20 seconds for a lap there. And Kelly Reid, he is absolutely not slowing down, George. He's already 1.2 seconds ahead of Buhagiar, only half a second back, and now they're all clocking sub 20 seconds here. So it is a good solid start this time, and the field nice and spread out at this point, nice and early. It does look like there is a big concertina effect just behind the, is that the number 7? I believe it is. Is that Coates? Yes, just behind Hutchins, sorry, the 91 car. Yeah, you can see we've got a little side-by-side action going on back there as well. Oh, and we've got Schrodinger's NASCAR making an appearance again, or not making an appearance again. Such is the way of the Schrodinger.
Keep him guessing.
Yeah, bit cerebral for this time of the morning for me, that's for sure. Oh, look how heavy they are on the brakes as well. Such a difficult racecourse, and he's put himself out on the outside line, so he's going to lose that spot. Yeah, that is an overtake up the inside line. Good corner exit there. Can he keep it rotated? Get it rotated, sorry, on the inside he can. Oh, and there we go, out on the outside line. Look how many positions you're losing out there. That is 1, 2, and he's about to lose another one. Just an absolute procession up that inside line, George.
It is indeed. I mean, look at the Blakes. I mean, that early pit stop's lost them absolutely nothing in this race at all. They are still within 5 seconds of the leader, and they're on the freshest tyres of the grid right now, alongside with Georgeson still trying to get through and cut through the field. But you can see there's Boone Blake and there's Lucas coming through your pictures right now. They're about to catch up with Damien Coates, who was ruining his encounters with us and the commentary team from earlier in the season, and hoping not to repeat that today. We'll see if he does. Searle still putting a lot of pressure here, and that is Ian Silver. So that is the number 80. That is our brand new debutant here with a fantastic livery. Got the full Shark, Mustang American airplane kind of wartime feel to it. Love it, and that's a nice little move up the inside on Searle for him. But you make a move, you got to keep going for a few laps. They're side by side through this all the way through.
Yep, it's absolutely processional stuff. You do need to get that inside line, and again, he's using the track well. These two are driving very cleverly indeed. Silva trying to push him out, or not trying to push him out, but just squeeze him onto the outside just to make it a little bit more difficult. He then pops out to the outside line and absolutely seals that position against Matthew Searle. So Silva on debut is having an absolute banger of a race. Qualified here we go. Best camera shot in all of motor racing. Yep, he's qualified in 2nd place. Now, and he's got that Predator car, and he is, oh sorry, I'm just listening to the engine. You can hear how much they'll have to get off the power and then straight back on again. I tell you what, Silva is absolutely hooking things up, although just as I say that, he maybe has a bit of a difficulty through 3 and 4 on the exit though. He does manage to gather up. The car's now all running sub 20. Oh, and we've got a Williams in the pits. So we've got T. Williams. Yes, he's come into the pits. J. Williams still running up at the front of the field. That's another driver into the pits. We're already 18 laps in. We've had 2 sentences at the commentators. We've had 4 pit stops, 1 yellow flag, and 18 laps already. And all of these laps have been led by one Jack Kelly Reid.
Oh, that is Lewis Buaja. That is Lewis Buaja. He is in a wall and tumbling down the field now. Yeah, he's gotten started, but that is a broken car. And that's going to be a mandatory pit stop for him, 100%. We've got Dan Hutchins in the chat as well saying painful start. Well, unfortunately, the continuation has led to some more pain here, and that is a full safety car in operation now to allow Lewis Buaja to get safely off the track, and that'll collect the leaders once again. And look, the Boone and the Lucases are all pitting yet again to the Blakes, the Blake brothers. They're taking every single opportunity. As soon as there is an opportunity for a safety car, they are jumping in. It feels like they know something we maybe don't. I was also going to say very quickly, Ian Silva checking off his Tasman Racing League Oval Series bucket list very, very quickly. He already qualified on the front row, already had an accident, already been jibed at by the commentators. So he's making some progress, that's for sure, on debut.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Lewis Buaja there just sending out some smoke signals to the crew to make sure they've got the fuel calculations right this time. Here comes Phantom Simsport into the pit. Here comes Matthew Searle into the pit. Yeah, early pit stop. And those green cones there, that is the acceleration line. Believe it or not. That's how well marked this pit stop is. Those green cones, those tell you to go quickly, and it's the same on the way in. Those are the ones that tell you to slow down. 35 kilometers an hour. You need to get down to get into these pits. And that is another thing as well. This pit lane has one of the slowest pit lane speeds in all of NASCAR. Because it is so short, the pit entrance speed here is miles under. And we're just going to watch a replay here of what happened to Lewis Buaja. Oh, wow. All by myself. We're all singing there, and he was all by himself, and he's just lost the back end ever so slightly. And with these massively generous runoffs at this course, very quickly into the wall, front end damage leads to back end smoke and a quick trip into the pits, and everyone back behind the yellow flag. But it is, George, it's not, I mean, it's great news for Silva, Buaja and Johnson, because Kelly Reid, he was absolutely running away with it there. 2.5 seconds up the road. It's not often we see that kind of breakaway early in these races, George.
Well, correct. And look at where Ian Silva is. I mean, he's right back up there. So the safety car coming in, we're going to go for our restart in a few moments' time, but this is back to essentially the same order that we had at the beginning of the race. And remember that Silva had that accident. Only Tom Williams was the one that really has lost out from all of this. So let's have a look. We're about to go racing once again. Green flag is on, and we are racing once again here. Jack Kelly Reid is like a bolt of lightning off of these starts. He's absolutely launched it. Silva's got no hope of keeping up with them there behind them. Buaja and Georgeson going side by side into the first couple of corners. The two Blakes are right behind them, having already done yet another pit stop. They're up to 2 in this race already, and we'll have some of the freshest tyres on the grid, although admittedly a lot of people have already come into the pit. So we see Boone now on the inside of Lewis Buaja, who did repair the damage and may have been one of the ones to get a lucky dog in this, because he's managed to come in, get repaired and get back out and still be holding on to 5th place at this stage. So through goes Boone nearly on Lewis Buaja. Behind them Lucas lurking like a shark in the water, and then Searle, and then it is Jared Williams followed by Jason Hutchins, Nicholas Heath, Damien Coates and Tom Williams, the only driver. He is a full lap behind, unfortunately. So he will have a lot of work to do in this race, unfortunately. But that said, you say a lot of work at a track like this, but it's less than a kilometre, so it's not that much work.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of work in a short space of time.
Yeah, we'll put it there.
Sure.
Have to work quickly.
Yeah. Yes, work quickly. Definitely one where he will have to work smarter and harder around this course. As we see another side-by-side there, is that Lewis Buaja? He is. He's on the inside line there. He's got Lewis Blake absolutely hunting him down. And the Blakes, you're right, got an absolute worldie of a start. They're now 4th and 6th after 2 safety cars. And that is not bad going, especially considering Lucas started at the very back of the grid. We've still got all 12 drivers out there. Tom Williams at the minute 19 seconds down on the rest of the grid. Jack Kelly Reid with 8 tenths between him and Silva. And they've got a 2.5 seconds back to Johnson. Johnson doesn't have that much breathing space. He's got Blake Buhagiar, Blake Williams and Serra all effectively in that slipstream, and that is not a train I would relish being at the front of, because I tell you what, Matthew Serra, well, we've seen what he can do. And Lewis Buhagiar going for a move up the inside into turn number 1. Is he going to make it stick? He absolutely is. That is a good move that he has just pulled there to get himself ahead of Boone Blake. That puts the Blake brothers back running next to one another. Although, did I just see Williams, one of the Williams brothers, looking to get involved here, as Matthew Serra might find himself with a free 2 positions? Because I tell you what, that is a good entrance, and that is a bad entrance there by Williams. He's really caught himself out behind Lucas Blake there. Matthew Serra again probing up that inside line. The door gets closed on him very firmly and fairly there. Whoa, and that's a bit of a wiggle on the exit by Lucas Blake. I thought he was a goner there, but he's managed to hold on to that one. But Williams holding on to the position from Serra, and all the while this is letting Heath catch back up to this little group. Coates, Hutchins and Williams down at the back of the grid. Jack Kelly Reid starting to run away with it again. He's already got a 1 second lead. He has been practicing. Johnson 2 seconds down. He's got Buhagiar, Blake firmly behind him, and we're still on board with Williams as we've seen him come past. Love these camera angles that you get at these oval races. Love the sound of these engines as well. They're just absolute monsters in these trucks. Absolute monsters.
No turn.
Yeah, exactly. It's full, what was his name? Jeremy Clarkson principle. More power! That's it. And in fact, speaking of more power, if we go up to 4th place, Lewis Buhagiar is absolutely piling on the pressure to Johnson here. There's only 0.3 of a second. Johnson is going to need to be absolutely on the ball. Buhagiar's made a mistake, caused the yellow flag, but other than that, he's been absolutely on point. We've already seen him make a couple of moves up the inside. It looks like he's eyeing one up here. I think Johnson looking like a bit of a lame duck. Oh, as we see Boone Blake just clip the wall. He's got his brother behind him. There will be no brotherly love, no City of Philadelphia type vibe between these two. They both want to finish ahead of one another. We're getting close to Christmas Day, of course. So yeah, all that bragging rights for over Christmas dinner. That is the most important part of the season, I'm sure, if I ask the Blake brothers and the Williams. That's what they're all aiming for.
It's so scary. You get those little moments, and Verge has had a fair few of them. I mean, he saw him slide off and go straight into the wall. He tried to control it, but just couldn't. I do wonder as well if this is going to affect how many Christmas gifts are handed out as well. 3rd of December, a final race here, of course, at Miami. Oh my goodness, Lewis Buhagiar. He has just taken a lot of speed through the apex at a lot of these corners. So yeah, he's got to be a bit careful. He's got to be wearing out these tyres. Georgeson has been pretty good with his tyres throughout the season. Yes, 7th place indeed. We've got a whole bunch of stuff going on here. Jared Williams in the mix. Lucas Blake and Cell side by side with Nicholas Heath. Right behind them, the Booerns machine wants a piece of the action today. I tell you what, he is going to have a good chance to get it. He gets a good exit through there. Still has to pull in behind the number 1. And John, the words of a very famous man and an inspiration to me come to mind. Tim the Toolman Taylor. Can't go any further than that.
Oh my word, Tim the Toolman Taylor. Absolute legend. I adored that programme and that actor, Tim Allen. What a guy. But yes, yeah, we can certainly... certainly his, oh no, never mind his spirit. 4th place again. Lewis Buhagiar, he's going for it. He's up the inside line. I think he's got the overtake done. He has indeed. Nice move by Buhagiar. He's got the inside line, and we've seen what that does so far in this race. So he's caught back up again to Wade Johnson. He's found the chink in Johnson's armour, and he's got his nose in front as we cross at the start-finish line once again. We're already 41 laps deep as these two are inseparable as he almost loses the back end there. Nice work on the accelerator there by Buhagiar to get himself up into 3rd position. He's now 2.5 seconds behind Silva in 2nd, who's a 1.5 seconds behind Jack Kelly Reid up at the front of the field as we're fast approaching the first third, and you can see the lap times dropping off ever so slightly. That's a 20.1 for Kelly Reid. Might be trying to do a little touch of tyre saving up at the front. 19.3 is quickest so far.
Here comes
Searle
Tom
gets
Williams.
jumped.
He's making his way back through the field. I mean, he's made up about 4 seconds so far, but correct me if I'm wrong here, John, but because the lap is sub 1 minute by some margin, whoever's one lap behind, you're getting the lucky dog guaranteed, essentially, and that's your 5 or 6 laps behind.
Oh yeah, 100%. 100%. Oh, and just for clarity as well, Buhagiar didn't get a lucky dog. He just got put back into place again. That is one of the beauties of NASCAR. Whenever you has a crash, you just get popped back into place again. So Buhagiar certainly benefiting from that, and he has now been left behind, by Johnson. So that gap is opened back up again. Johnson back up into third. Oh, and look how close Matthew Searle and Lucas Blake are getting. Lucas Blake, very nice move on the inside. Matthew Searle leaving more than enough room on the outside. He couldn't be any further on the outside, and he is going to find himself behind Blake. Again, the inside line, as long as you can work it, you're going to be wearing out those tyres, but you can hold on to the position. But of course, the Blakes not caring about tyre wear because they've already been into the pits twice, taking the advantage under every safety car that we've had so far to come into the pits, and it's not a bad strategy. Not a bad strategy as Williams overtakes Buhagiar. Buhagiar's lost another place. Is Buhagiar carrying a bit of damage? Yep, he's now 3/10 behind Williams.
This is interesting because obviously he did have a very quick pit stop. I wonder if he's decided not to repair all the damage on his car, if that's possible.
Well, he did a quick repair by the looks of it because his front fairings all very quickly appeared. I wonder if he's just done his tyres a bit too much.
Well, we have seen that before.
Doesn't have the pace in a minute. Yep.
I mean, we've been looking at the way that his rear end has been squiggling around. He's really pushing through the apex. This is why he's able to extract so much pace. I mean, he's only 50 hundredths of a second away from the fastest lap so far, which is Jack Kelly Reid, who has been a little bit of a tyre whisperer. And certainly in this race, he's doing incredibly well. 1.4 seconds the gap out front there. But if Lewis has burned his tyres off, it would explain the behaviour of the car at the moment. Would also explain why he's losing positions at the moment to the likes of Jared Williams.
Indeed, yeah, and for everyone down at the bottom right there, where we're just looking at the speed of the cars, it's clear as soon as they reach 190 kilometres an hour, they're straight back on the brakes, down to just around about 100 kilometres an hour to get through the corners, and then instantly back up to 190 straight away, back down as you can see. Oh, and he's kept it just over the 100 kilometres an hour mark, so that's going to put Williams under pressure on the exit. But there we go. Again, as soon as you get to 190 kilometres an hour, you dab on the brakes. And he's had to lift an extra bit there. He got a bit close there, almost took Williams out, but they've managed to avoid one another. And I tell you what, Boone Blake, Lucas Blake, Matthew Searle. Oh, Searle's gone past Lucas Blake. He's got that inside line, and that is the way to get it done. The Bjorn's machine is now lurking like an absolute predator in the background. In fact, if you listen closely, excellent. Sorry. Terrible impression.
No, the moment you said it, it popped into my head. No. I think we allow that. I think just as the wall ride is allowed this time, I think we say that's legal as well.
Like the wall ride then.
Yeah, like a wall ride. This is just an example, isn't it? John and I very much on the same wavelength when it comes to a lot of things, especially humour. Maybe not his Arnold Schwarzenegger accent, but you know.
Get out of here.
Oh no! Here we go.
Here we go.
Admittedly, was the one that started that. We'll concentrate on the racing.
Yeah.
Still sitting currently in P8. We've got Lou Second Jack saying, "Let's go, Rob Tilley." He is not on the. We've had a safety car, and Searle goes for a little bit of a moment as well. Who was that though? Something else has triggered the safety car. It says Tom Williams has crashed. That was some time ago though. Jared Williams has crashed. Let's see if we can bring this up on a replay for our to see what has exactly happened to the number 96 car. So here we go. Oh, it's a slide. It's more of a slide. It's going to be a turnaround. It is, and he's in the middle of the track. He's actually had a really clean one though, so that's just a little bit of tyre wear. Nothing worse for wear, but that has been enough for the stewards to call a safety car, and we will reset the race yet again. Jack Kelly-Reid has immediately come into the pits. Ian Silver, though, has decided to stay out.
Ooh, interestinger and interestinger, as they say in Alice in Wonderland. So Silva staying out. Kelly-Reid, Buhagiar, Georgeson, Williams, Blake, Heath, Coates and Hutchins all coming in to the pits. And now a few of them are going to need to have come in. 57 laps in. Although not the full 57 have been run. We've got a safety car on lap 1. We started again on lap 5. We've got a safety car on 18. We started again on 22. So that's been 8 laps so far that have been run behind the safety car out of the 57. So we've done 49 competitive laps. Who says you can't do maths in the commentary box? Goodness me. Lusek, sorry. So Lusek is Rob Tilley. And that's why he's written in the chat, let's go Rob Tilley. He's also then put, sorry, I forgot I was on holiday in the Gold Coast. Rob Tilley.
You know what they say about people that talk about themselves in the third person. Just, yeah, do be careful with that. But nonetheless, welcome. And he says he would have won this one. He's a man with a confidence. We love that confidence. Well, hopefully we'll see you back for the next race, mate. You show us right then that you've got the right stuff, and we certainly believe that you do here in the commentary box. But I hope you have a good holiday in the Gold Coast, mate. There's a few of us, one of us, who's experiencing negative temperatures overnight at the moment that may be a little bit jealous.
Yes, indeed, folks. In here in Bonnie, Scotland, it's Bonnie because everything's white, because it's frozen solid, because we're -3 degrees overnight at the minute. But we should get to a balmy -7 or 8 in the next few weeks. And of course, as you know, in Scotland, that's considered a brisk summer's day. So we'll all still be out in shorts and t-shirts.
Yes, the fashion doesn't change from week to week, really, in Scotland all year round. Really, what you're waiting for is when you can take more off when it does actually get hot, because it does get hot in Scotland, believe it or not. We're about to go racing again. John, over to you.
Here we go, we're away again, and it is Silva and Searle that are up on the front row of the grid. Jack Kelly-Reid freshly out of the pits. He is going to be on an absolute charge on those tyres, and he's already put Matthew Searle to the sword. He's taken that inside line, and I tell you what, by the time you come round to that next corner again, I think he's going to be in the lead. He's opening up this corner very nicely. Is he going for the overtake around the outside? He absolutely is. Jack Kelly-Reid, physics be damned. He's got a fresh set of tyres. He does not care how much rubber he loses on the first lap. He has a little tickle of the wall, and he has rocketed past Silva into the lead. So Silva's tyres, he's going to be home for a safety car pretty soon, as we see Lewis Buhagiar. He is in, I love Lewis in these races. There's always something going on with Lewis. He is an absolute committed racer, and he's just committed to getting an overtake done there, and he's absolutely nailed that one. Bit of a bump from Boone Blake there. That gets him. He says, Buhagiar, come on, you're going a bit slow. Get the A into G. If you know that phrase, you know it. If you don't, I won't explain it at this time of the day. We've got Buhagiar, Blake and Williams now swapping positions. Buhagiar getting a good run on both of them, though. The Blakes both up 4 overall, so they're doing very well. We can see there, Matthew Searle. He last came in the pits lap 20. So his tyres are going to be suffering. No data on when Silva.
Great wide.
Silva's not.
Oh, Lewis, what
insane.
a send down the inside. They're 3 wide coming into turn 1. And Lewis Burger says, yep, I've got the inside line. I've got the tyres. I might as well do it, and sends it. On Searle, he's been hit by Garrett Williams in the background. And that is a yellow flag. The race is neutralised yet again. Now, Ian Silva surely is now going to be thinking, hey, it is time for me to pit. He is yet to pit in this race so far. Let's take a look at the incident. John, break it down for us.
Yeah, it's just a lack of grip again on this. Oh no, he's locked up and gone straight and collected Searle. My apologies. So it's not a lack of grip, it's too much grip on the tyre. Too much grip from the brake discs.
Yeah.
And his tyres is locked up, and he's collected, and everyone filing back into the pits. That is Buhagiar come back in, and Silva comes in. This will be his first pit stop of the race. That is quite the strategy. He's holding second place though, George. I tell you what, Silva, there's going to be a few drivers in this series that are grateful he's only just joined now, because from what we've seen in his opening exchanges, Silva is a more than worthy inclusion to this league, and I would not be surprised if we interview him multiple times before the end of the season, even with only 2 races to go. He is on fire this time.
Absolutely right. Yeah, so far it's been very, very clean. I mean, that qualifying time should have given us a big, big hint at what Ian Silva is capable of. Qualifying 0.003, 3/1000ths of a second behind Jack Kelly-Reid, who has been one of the fastest competitors, especially in these shorter form speedways. So that is really, really impressive. We should have absolutely known. So there might be a more little trick of cards up the sleeve of Silva, up his Silva, you might say, in terms of those cards. He might be pulling them out later in this race, and we'll see what kind of strategy he's able to execute with this pit stop. The first pit stop for him on lap 63. Also, Lou Second chat saying, thanks, guys. You're my favourite Welshman. He is a man making friends at a rapid rate. Oh, gosh. So, the order as it is right now behind the safety car, and I think we'll be going for maybe one more lap, whereas the safety car, the safety car is about to come in this lap, I believe. So, we've got a couple more corners to go, and it'll be Kelly-Reid from Georgeson, from Williams, Jared Williams, from Boone Blake, from Tom Williams, who's made a bit of a resurgence so far. Nicholas Heath will move up into that position there just ahead of Tom Williams. Silva is in the go spot as well. He's up to P7. Of course, they're all on the same lap, as I understand it. So this will be a fascinating restart. John, it's over to you again, because we're going to get a few more of these safety cars before the end.
Well, and there's another green flag. How many laps? Less than 10 until the next safety car. By my predictions, we'll see how we go though. Jack Kelly-Reid, he's got a good start once again. Absolutely electric driving from Kelly-Reid at the minute. And look at the stramash we've got going in the back, and we've got 2 wide. Absolutely every place. As Hutchins sees Blake go round the outside on Williams, looking to put the pressure on Boone Blake. The Blake brothers have done particularly well here, but so too have the Williams. They've got themselves one of them up onto the podium. At the back of the grid though, Matthew Searle and Lewis Bahagia bringing up the rear as Kelly-Reid and Johnson look to run away with it. Up at the front is very close there once again with Lewis Bahagia. He's been involved in all the racing so far. Finds himself slightly blocked in. Oh, and he's almost made contact with the back Hutchins car. Oh, Hutchins on a wiggle. How has he managed to save that? That, folks, was a very tricky save there. It might not have looked like much, but I can assure you, as someone who's done a dozen or so laps around this course, it's so deceptively difficult. Lock that in, Searle to get caught in it too. There we go. J. Nelson animation. He's making back. Predictions once again. Still not giving me the lottery numbers though, Nelson. Can't say I'm impressed.
Yeah, I got some from him. They didn't unfortunately work out the 55 million that was a must-win over the weekend. So unfortunately, there's no money back from the contract that you signed with J. Nelson Animation. So just keep that in mind before you lock in your predictions, John. So no money back guarantee. We'll here we go. It's been another crash. Nicholas Heath has not caught it a second time and has triggered the safety car again. Well, it's pretty easy to predict when we will. We are absolutely on fire here, John. We are predicting things with accuracy equal to the best psychics in the world at the moment. Every 10 laps we go, yeah, there'll be another safety car. Well, there will be. Let's take a look and see what's happened to the Blue Urns machine. Heath coming round what I believe is turn number 2. It's a self-inflicted error. It is. It's a millimetre between him and the wall. Basically as thin as the man on the side of his car. Well done there, Nicholas Heath. You have somehow, despite me saying there's no runoff for him, he's found a way to catch the car. Don't know how.
Yeah, I'm not. Incredible save. Incredible save. And there we go once again. Who do we have? Both the Blakes. We've got Bahagia, Matthew Searle and Hutchins. All coming in to the pits. 75 laps deep we are. What is that? Safety car number 5 that we've had at the halfway mark of the race. So my prediction of 5 or 6 safety cars before the end does seem somewhat tame.
I didn't hear 5 or 6, John. I heard 50 or 60. Wasn't that the predict? That was
Yes.
the prediction. Wasn't it? Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Slap a
That's
zero
what
on
it
it.
was.
We're all good. Oh gosh.
More safety cars than goals in the Scotland qualifying game, and I can understand, Rob, why you thought I was Welsh. Wales and Scotland are both going to the World Cup. Come on! Sorry. Not sorry, in the slightest. I've only waited 28 years on this to happen again. My daughter is 28. That's how long it's been since I've seen my beloved country go to a World Cup. But we're going along with Wales, so I can see where the confusion is there. But yeah, 6 goals last night. We had 6 safety cars so far today. And race control popping in another safety car. We've had an incident under safety car.
Oh no, unfortunately,
No.
the iRacing API likes to send out the safety car notification multiple times, so we'll see it pop up in a moment time yet again. Dan Hutchins saying, haha, safety cars for everyone. Yeah, someone get out the meme generator, get Oprah Winfrey onto the screen right now and say, you get a safety car, you get a safety car, everyone gets a safety car. We've had 6 so far, we only need 6 more before we get to 1 for every driver. Then it's just a couple more for us and a couple more for the league admins and maybe a few for the viewers. So I'm predicting somewhere around 20 by the time, but we are halfway through the race. So maybe we won't quite get there. We are exaggerating just a little bit in this race. We will have safety car in this lap. So for the 4th time this race, it's over to you, John, to take us away.
Indeed, here we go again, folks. Strap yourselves in. There is the green flag waiting to be waved. The safety car is in. All 12 cars still on the lead lap despite the madness that we're seeing. And there we are. We are go. And it is Jack Kelly-Reid. He has absolutely nailed these restarts. It is incredible the run. He's got Silva and Williams. Silva now finding himself with a bit of work to do, and he's going to be defending on the outside if he can. Oh, and he's almost taking his nose off there. Lewis Bahaja sneaks one up the inside. We've got a car sideways. Manages to keep it going though. Silva did think that was a bit of a ropey attempt at a manoeuvre there. And the shark very much getting grabbed by the tail. He's taking a punch on the nose there. And
Silva in the wall.
He's completely stationary.
Out. He is Silva in the wall and he is out immediately in this race. No safety car. Yeah. As the words came out of my mouth, the safety car is initiated, and that is a disaster. Searle looks like he's had a crash as well. Don't know where he's managed to get that done, but he has indeed got that done. Let's take a little look and see what's happened to Silva here. It looks like he's just had an input control failure. He's gone sideways, and then he's basically not been able to turn. He's locked it up, and he is out instantly. So I have no idea. That looks to me like a hardware failure of some kind. Let's take a look at Searle, what's happened to him as he's coming. Oh, he's had a wiggle, and he's had a bit of a spin as well. As a dance move that's quite like that, actually. But that is unfortunately going to not cost him too much. It will put him right at the back of the grid, but that is a real shame for Ian Silva. He is, I believe, moving on the track. Yes, I believe he is moving on the track. No, he's actually, no, sorry, my apologies. He is dead stationary at the moment in the pit lane. So I do not know what has happened there, John, but my guess is some sort of hardware failure there.
Yeah, that's what it looked like. His wheels just entirely locked up. He is in the pit lane. His wheels locked up, and he did the quick tow back to the garage to get himself back in there. So, yeah, not sure what's going on. But whatever it is, it's cost a very competitive driver a shot at a podium. He's been running absolutely magnificently so far. And I hate to do it because I do get accused of curse of the commentator, but if we're going to be talking about someone that's been running magnificently for the entirety of the race, we're 83 laps deep, and Jack Kelly-Reid, despite 87 million safety cars, he's led, just checking my notes there and confirming that number is accurate, it is. Jack Kelly-Reid, he's led for every lap so far. It's going to be a cruel twist of fate if he doesn't bring home the race win. He's got Georgeson behind him still, and Georgeson as well is running an absolutely phenomenal race. We've seen some great battles between him and several of the drivers. Lewis Bahaja, especially, those two going side by side for several laps. Georgeson, though, up in a second, and Williams currently running in 3rd place. So great start to the race for them. But of course as well, George, the Blakes, Lucas Blake down in 10th, but Boone Blake up in 5th position. These two started down at the back of the grid. So just as the safety car is about to come in again, Boone Blake finds himself up into 5th, and Jack Kelly-Reid, I think we're going to see another absolutely storming start. Although the rest of the field, certainly Johnson and Williams, not keen to let him escape too far ahead this time. As you can see, Williams absolutely glued to his back bumper there as the safety car comes in, George. We're 85 laps deep, and we're about to see a green flag once again.
Oh, here we go. Well, it's my turn once again. And yes, Tom Williams doing his best Max Verstappen impression. We're away racing again. And yet again, Kelly-Reid has had an absolutely brilliant launch at the beginning of the safety car. He's getting very, very familiar, getting a lot of practice. Tom Williams has found the inside line on Georgeson. So he will probably make this overtake in pretty short time. There it is right there. So the number 6 moves up to P2. A real battle going on behind them as this gets all sorts of clogged up with Boone Blake being the cork in this battle. Nicholas Heath right there. Lewis Bourger trying the inside line on Matthew Surley, gets forced wide. Then it's Damien Coates, the number 17 car, and the John Deere car of Jason Hutchins. He has put some brilliant liveries up. Here comes Lewis Bourger, and he's caused an accident. He's turned the Bouens machine around and triggered a safety car. He's been way too eager on those inside lines. He was a mile and a half back that time, touched the rear back of quarter of the car of the Bouens machine, and that is another safety car. Will we get any more racing? These guys have got to just take it a little bit easy, I think, in this.
Indeed, yeah, it is just so difficult around this track. And I think we're getting that now. I think people are actually, we're starting to realise just how difficult this course is. There is no room at the end. Buhagiar goes full send up the inside there. The Bouens machine.
A little bit of the curb there for Lewis.
On the rear.
Little bit of the curb there on the entrance. As you know, John, it unsettles the car, and then really you become a passenger in your own vehicle in some ways. But if you're going to take that inside line, you've got to be so careful not to run over it, or you're going to trigger an accident like this.
Indeed, it's all about precision. And as you say, these cars, they're barely fit for purpose. Let's face it. They're barely fit for purpose the way they're running around these tracks. And that inside curbing, as you can see there, yellowwood, it's more like brownwood because that is full code brown when you touch those curbs. Not so many cars coming into pits on this one. Ooh, interestinger. And just as I say, oh no, sorry, I thought someone dropped out there. So Silva confirmed out of the race, so we are down to 11 drivers. So unfortunate for Silva. What a debut he was having. Front row of the grid and running solidly up on the podium, but a technical failure it looks like sees him dropped out. Another incident there, just a little innocuous touch on the curb on the inside, and the car just says no. Jack Kelly-Reid still at the top of the field with Williams and Johnson at 2nd and 3rd. Boone Blake still holding on to 4th position. We'll see how they go now. That is another lap done under safety car. And I think we have done as many laps. I did have a notepad. I'm sitting here noting these all down. I'm suddenly running out of room, so my calculations might be incorrect. But we've done about 1/3 of the race so far under safety car.
Wow.
So at the 91 laps, we've had about 30, 35 so far. Because they're such short laps, we end up with like 4 or 5 laps under the safety car. Every time we get a yellow flag because it's so short, and we're going to see another green flag. Are we going to see another Jack Kelly-Reid rocket show up at the front? There is the green lights. The flags are waving. No overtaking on the inside until we cross the start-finish line. It won't bother Jack Kelly-Reid though, because he's absolutely flying. Williams and Johnson. Sorry, Williamson. I'm adding to the names there. Oh, and here we come. Lewis Buhagiar looking very quickly, and I tell you what, Williams has maybe hung himself out to dry ever so slightly there, and Buhagiar gets on the outside. I thought the lads might have been settled down by now. He's run deep. Is that Johnson and Matthew Serrell? It is Johnson that's tumbled down the order. Buhagiar suddenly up to 2nd place. Boone Blake up to 3rd. Johnson, Serrell, Williams, Coates, Williams, Heath and Hutchins swapping positions, and Lucas Blake back to bringing up the rear of the field, George. We were talking about him potentially winning the championship today. Will he manage to finish the race? And if he does, is he even going to get in the top 10? He's only just breached the top 10 there, getting past Hutchins. Oh, there's Serrell up the inside. Searle with a good move on Johnson there. He's got his nose in front. He's got the inside line. And Johnson could bring Williams through with him. Yes, he does. Yep, Johnson tried to move down there to fend off the advancers. Loses another 2-3 positions as Jay Williams comes through as well. Lucas Blake gets himself past Heath down at the back of the grid. But once again, Jack Kelly-Reid is already 2 seconds ahead of the rest of the field. Can we get him checked for nitrous, please? Boone Blake in third place at the moment, and it's a very tenuous third place because Matthew Searle, Williams, Coates, and another Williams are right behind. And in fact, from second through to ninth, there is less than 2.5 seconds separating these 7 drivers. What could possibly go wrong, George?
Oh, nothing. You know, it's not like we've seen a lot of safety cars this time as we see Jared Williams trying to take the inside line on Damien Coates. And yeah, there was definitely a big shake-up earlier on. 3 cars, 3 wide into one of the corners. Not happy days at all, but luckily all getting through, but a few losing positions as a result. Jared Williams having yet another problem there. And Georgeson, who's lost a number of positions, he was the one that lost out the most. And oh, that is Lucas Blake sideways. Safety car is out once again. And Dan Hutchins has absolutely nailed this in chat, saying, I thought the lads might have settled down by now. Every restart is a new chance to dive up the inside. Well, sometimes it's not the dive up the inside. Sometimes it's just the mistakes that are made. And this time it's Lucas Blake who's made that mistake and triggered the safety car yet again in this race. We always talk about it, John, and Road Series safety cars breed safety cars. I mean, what? This is I don't even know. This is some. It's like rabbit. They're just coming out of everywhere. Oh,
yeah.
some
I think the safety car driver's on bonus. Ooh.
Yeah, I think he must be. There's some indecision there from a number of cars. Jared Williams and Tom Williams, both a late dive away from the pit entrance, and Searle staying out as well.
Yes, that was an interesting one. Minnie Sanders pointed out in the chat as well. 5 up the inside also worked. It definitely does around here. No, wait, does it? No. Can't confirm. But yeah, Minnie Sanders, if you could speak to your Uncle Colonel, yeah, I would love a barbecue chicken wrap. Let's go with that. Sarah Williams and Williams have stayed out. The pit lane, I know, I'm clearly getting sacked. TrackSpotTV and Double O Raven, they've never heard of me now. Let's see who we've got in the pit. Oh, Jack Kelly-Reid is off the lead of the race. He's down in 5th position, but he's going to have those fresh boots on. Yep, 102 laps out. 48 laps to go, which means we're due another 4 safety cars before the end, so he's got plenty of time and mistakes still to come to catch back up. But this is the first time in the race we've seen Kelly-Reid off the start. Now, this makes it interesting, George, because one thing that has been more consistent than the safety cars in the race has been Jack Kelly-Reid's ability to restart. As we see Matthew Searle there just getting a bit too close with the safety car there. Yeah, maybe trying to get himself a sneak. But Jack Kelly-Reid starting from 5th place. That could be an interesting one, George, as the driver's now going into double file. So we'll be starting again next lap, but it certainly makes it an interesting one. And Lewis Behadjer, you can see there on the podium, he's been into the pits 6 times. 3 times more than the driver ahead of him. But he's still up out on that podium. But yeah, Jack Kelly-Reid at the restart for me is going to be the one to watch, because as we've seen, he has been a rocket. He's either going to suddenly boost back up to 3rd place, or he's going to be the one that causes the next safety car because everyone ahead of him is going that bit sluggish.
Well, let's see. Here's the restart. We're green, we're away racing, and away we go. Searle does get off to a good start. Where is Kelly-Reid in all of this? He is actually maintaining a position. No, he's lost it to Boone Blake. So Boone Blake's still around the outside. Jack Kelly-Reid's dropping positions. He's dropping like a fly at the moment. Might have made some contact with the outer wall. That is not a safety car. We are green flag racing as Nicholas Heath tries to take the inside line, does get it. So I tell you, Jack Kelly-Reid slipping down. He's already lost a number of positions down into 7th already in this race, side by side for the John Deere car of Hutchins versus Lucas Blake, who's trying to recover as much as possible. Tom Williams, Searle, and Buhaja absolutely hammer and tong right now as Buhaja gets the inside line, and we've got another safety car out. Jack Kelly-Reid has crashed. Jack Kelly-Reid has crashed. Let's take a look at it on the replay. John,
Oh, the crestfallen commentator watches this one.
Yes, that's right.
Oh.
I thought a moment of silence here, probably for your career, rather than Jack Kelly-Reid's chances at a race win. We shall see, but he will find himself in dead last now, unfortunately. So Kelly-Reid will come into the pits, and we hope that he continues going, because what a run of form he has had. And at the moment, both of our qualifying P1, P2 have had some major incidents. Silver so far, that's been terminal. Hopefully not the same for Kelly-Reid. And once he was in the fracas of the rest of the pack, he couldn't execute on the pace that he had, and Nicholas Heath has touched him at the rear part of the car. Around you go. That is Martinsville.
Exactly. That is Martinsville. It's almost like the film 300. This is Martinsville! As it kicks you off into the walls as I almost killed George. I do love casting him out with these. But Matthew Searle, certainly, he won't be complaining. And Lewis Buhaja, for me, is on for driver of the day. He has been involved in so much overtaking action. He's been fully committed on the inside. We've seen him make one, maybe two minor mistakes there on the curb, but he's got himself up into a very, very, very good position in the latter stages of the race. Of course, we are still expecting another 5 safety cars, so this could all change, but certainly Buhaja at the minute. Any jokes about running out of fuel are going to be completely out the window, because they've not done much running to run out of fuel. So, there should be plenty left in the petrol tank.
Yeah, I said at the beginning, I said, well, tires are going to be an issue, or or fuel's going to be an issue today, and I was sort of, hyping it up, and what's the strategy decisions going to be today? There really isn't much, and I think, to be honest, the interviews from the end of round 7 kind of summed it up. Everyone's summary of Martinsville was, I just want to survive. I just want to survive. I want to get to the end of this like it's an episode of Bear Grylls out in the wild.
Yeah, no, exactly. It's all about survival around here. And I've just ruined my glasses. Excellent work, John. That's just what you need to do halfway through a race. But yeah, it is absolutely all about survival here. As we've seen, I will take the runaway here. 109 laps so far, 45 of them. Oh, and Buhaja instantly moves over, almost makes contact with both the Williams brothers at the same time there. There is, you've lost that love and feeling jokes are going to be coming, because it is the Williams brothers, but it is Buhaja who's looking to get a move done on the both. He finds himself sandwiched in between. There's a little bit of a bump draft going on behind us. Boone Blake and Damien Coates are both trying to get themselves involved there if they can. They're only going to go 3 wide in the background, always advisable around this course, but they do survive in the background. The Searle, and that's Jack Kelly-Reid now losing another position. Lucas Blake and Jack Kelly-Reid battling for 10th place. Not a sentence. Actually, yeah, that is a sentence I thought I'd be saying at this track, because it is absolutely wild. We've got less than 2.5 seconds separating the entirety of the field. We've got Searle leading Williams. Buhaja now finds himself in 4th place, but still perfectly positioned. We've seen what he can do with that inside line so far, and I think we're about to see him do it once again. Matthew Searle, though, great getaway after that start, although Williams looking to make hard work of it for him if he can. Not getting close enough this time. We're still going side by side in the background. It's Hutchins and Blake swapping positions there. Lucas Blake making it back up to 9th. Very much a damage limitation exercise as Jack Kelly-Reid looking to make the move as well. He's lost the back end of the car. Wow. Yeah, that happened in slow motion there. Neither George nor I knew exactly where that one was going to go, but we do know that Jack Kelly-Reid is going to go right to the back of the field now. And that is a big gap. He's gone from being 2 seconds ahead of the field to now being half a second behind the driver that's 2 seconds behind the rest of the field. So a lot of work there, although up at the front it might be made a bit easier for him. Buhaja on that inside line again. Matthew Searle is going to take a touch. The trucks are going to make contact. Lewis Buhaja is going to have much more speed out with turn number 2 into turn number 3. It's spun. It's a monster pile up.
Oh my
Boom! On the
goodness.
outside line we go. Sorry, George, but there had to be a boom there as we saw a car go sideways, take one in the rear in the side panel. And that is lap 116. So again, less than 10 laps. We see a safety car come barreling out on track, and it is now Williams who's back in the lead. 116 laps in. We've got, what, 34 laps left to go in here. That'll come into the pits once again, George.
Now I know I'm in the Matrix because I've just seen 3 black cats. No, sorry, 8 black cats cross the staircase as I look back, wondering when the 8th's going to appear. We are definitely in the Matrix right now. I think I'm just getting through the learning curve at the moment through Martinsville. This is, I think, entirely expected and predicted. But I tell you what, that was a monster incident. Let's take another look at it as the safety car continues to roll out. So it was Jared Williams and Searle battling all the way through, and then they did come together, and that unsettled Searle's car. He went sideways, and that's all awkwardly collected Nicholas Heath there. Again, it's not the first time this race that has happened. What does Searle do here? He's trying to get himself out of the way, but Tom Williams cannot move in that situation, just has to sit there and wait. We'll get some more perspectives of this in a few moments' time. Let's take a look, in fact, from Nicholas Heath's perspective of this one. John, I mean, this must be a terrifying moment for him because there's nothing you can do.
Yeah, no, you just see a puff of smoke, the seas part, and boom. There is a big, shiny, pearlescent 27 just in front of you there, and can confirm that's not what he was expecting to see there. It's short track, been a bit messy so far. Hey, good evening, sorry, Jared. My time zones. It's morning for me, it's evening for you, and it's even earlier for some of the Americans in the race. But yes, it has been as expected, Jared. As you know, this is a very, very, very short track. Way less than a kilometre, just over half a mile long. So far, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 safety cars that we've seen. We're averaging a safety car every 9 laps.
John's got his abacus out.
Yep, he's got his abacus out. I am that old. I use an abacus. Thank you very much, George. I appreciate that. But Scotland are going to the World Cup, so it's absolutely fine. We've got a few more cars coming in the pit. So, yeah, we're averaging a safety car every 9 laps. We then get 3 or 4 under safety car. Half the field comes into pits, although not so many coming into the pits this time around, actually. And Jack Kelly-Reid is back up to 3rd place.
I was waiting for you to notice. We're away racing again. Here we go. John, take it away.
Yeah, it's Williams from Johnson from Kelly-Reid. Kelly-Reid are getting another absolutely electric start. I want to tell you what Johnson's put himself out. Why Johnson now finds himself back behind Kelly-Reid. He spent a fair bit of time there. But here comes Lewis Behager up the inside as well. He is going to take that position. Behager gets himself back onto the podium. And we've got a car almost going at the wall. And of course, we're going to go 3 wide in the background. Why not? It's Martinsville. Sorry, yes, that answers that question. Why not? Because it's Martinsville. Look, we've got Williams from Kelly-Reid, and again Kelly-Reid with another electric start at the start of the restart here at Behager. That was a lot of starts in 1 sentence. Behager still in 3rd place. Johnson still hanging on to podium dreams as well. He's had a very good race. If he gets on the podium, it's going to be very well deserved. Johnson, another driver that's had an incredible race. And there's a yellow flag. That's the shortest. No, it's not, because we've got 1 lap, 1 turn 1. But there is another yellow flag. Only 6 from the previous one. I'm genuinely running out of paper here, room on my piece of paper, so I'm going to have to turn the notepad over so I can keep up with everything that's going on.
Even the abacus can't count that high. We've run out of fingers, we've run out of toes. Let's take a look from Jason Hutchins' perspective here. What's happened? He's just going into turn 3. I think he's just lost the rear end there. No contact with another car.
Oh, yeah.
So he's done it on his own. And I tell you, the safety car threshold for this race is incredibly low. As soon as there is a car sideways across the track, you are stopping. You are going safety car, and understandably so. Jared's actually in chat saying, honestly, less than expected. Well, we were going to get more, so it's less than we expected still, because we're not at the end of the race yet. We've still got 26 laps to go. We'll probably get at least 1 more safety car. And maybe, John, you remind us what happens at the end of the race if we get a safety car in the last few laps.
So we'll get the green and white checkered flag on the last couple of laps. Now, a green and white checkered flag is basically a free-for-all. Anything goes. If there is a crash while there is a green and white checkered flag, no safety car will be triggered. The surviving cars will be allowed to continue to the end of the race. So yeah, if there is a safety car at the end, and then the safety car comes in with, I believe around this track, it might be as many as 3 laps to go. They'll come around, we'll come out the safety car, and when we hit the last lap, we'll get a green and white checkered flag, which again means any contact at all, we could end up with 11 of the 12 cars completely stationary on track. The one car that's still going will cross the line and will win the race. So again, if we do see a green and white checkered flag at the end, no safety car can be triggered, no matter what happens out on track. And given the free-for-all nature of NASCAR, yeah, the green and white checkered flag can often lead to some interesting strategies, because all you need to do is get to the end. Any crashes are completely ignored, and yeah, the race keeps on running. We are 126 laps deep. I'm sure there's at least one driver who hasn't been involved in causing a safety car yet, maybe. Yeah, maybe Georgeson. I don't think Georgeson's triggered the safety car yet. He might be about the only one.
Have. Yeah, he might not have. Right, we're about to go racing again. Starter cam's about to tell us we're away racing. We are indeed. So there we go. And it's a good launch for Jared Williams. Still holds on to that front and inside line critically. He puts the car ahead of Lewis Buerger, who's going to try and set it down the inside of Kelly Reid. But Kelly Reid's going to do his magician work once again, defying physics and trying to hold it around the outside line. Does so, and Jared Williams trying to hold off Buerger. Buerger's going to go for that dive down the inside line. Will it work out? This time he's managed to hold the inside line. Lewis Buerger could be in the lead of this race in a few moments' time, and he is heading into turn 3. So that's great early work by him, but gets turned in on by Jared Williams. It's going to open up the inside line for Kelly Reid to come on through. We are 129 laps through, and we've got 21 to go. This is going to be an exciting finish to the race, because we've got a lot of cars separated by not a lot of time at all on track right now. I'll tell you what, that green and white flag most likely going to be coming out. Buerger, though, he's able to put his foot down in this situation. He's able to get the clean air and just throw it into the corners like he's wanted to all race long. What can Jared Williams do, or will Kelly Reid come through and pip them all for that P1 spot?
I'll tell you what, Lewis Buerger will be absolutely praying that we can buck the trend and avoid any more safety cars. It's absolutely impossible. We will see at least one more before the end of the race. That is just the nature of the beast. The field fairly spread out as well, though, so this safety car will certainly bring them all back together once again. Jack Kelly Reid with another good start. Couldn't find himself any more positions on that restart. And I'll tell you what, Lewis Buerger is absolutely flying away with this one now. Kelly Reid and Georgeson have been absolutely inseparable for this entirety of this race, but it looks like Tom Williams is trying to do just that and separate the two of them. He's given himself the inside line. He's going to have a good run into 3 and 4. Nicely done, and Georgeson realised what was going on there. He dropped back in because he knew he was about to lose the position to Lucas Blake, who started the race in 12th. He's now up to 6th position, so the championship leader having a good recovery drive after a poor qualifying, or maybe deliberately qualified at the back. I'd love to ask him and find out if that was maybe his strategy, although it doesn't matter where you start here, front, middle, back, you're getting caught up in a safety car. And Lewis Buerger is now doing a Jack Kelly Reid. He's 1.2 seconds ahead of the rest of the field, and Kelly Reid all over the back of Williams here, and it's bringing Williams and Georgeson into the set. You can see Jack Kelly Reid much quicker on his way into the corners than Williams ahead of him, but not able to secure an overtake quite at this point in time. And this is all playing in the hands of Buerger. Going to get reeled back in when we get the next safety car, of course, which should be within the next 4 laps. Be gulping down that cup of tea. It really was a good cup of tea. But yeah, we're going to see a safety car within the next 4 or 5 laps. Buerger doing the best he can. Kelly Reid, Williams, Georgeson, and Lucas Blake all right on top of one another. Lucas Blake, Georgeson's just gone past Georgeson.
He has indeed, but I think more critically, Lewis Buerger has made a mistake somewhere. He had a 1.3 second gap that is now down to only 0.3 of a second, and Well, we go on board now with Jack Kelly-Reid and see from his perspective the battle that is evolving up ahead. Jared Williams is still in with a shot. Tom Williams is still in with a shot to win this race. Kelly-Reid's in with a shot to win this race. Lewis Buerger looks like he's having a bit of trouble with the rear end of the car once again. Grip has been his enemy for some time. It's the enemy of everyone out there today. That is for sure. Whoa! We see a massive attempt at the overtake there for Tom Williams. A huge slend on the inside line, but Kelly-Reid defends nicely because it was an optimistic move. Let's put it that way.
Yeah, optimistic is certainly one word. The rest of them we can't use on this broadcast at this time of day, unfortunately. Nicholas Heath down at the back of the field, but certainly Buhajar back to under 20 seconds a lap. Him and Williams, Jack Kelly-Reid now finds himself dropping off ever so slightly. He's still within a second, but this is certainly the biggest gap that we've seen him have to overturn so far in the race. Matthew Serrell down in 7th position and well behind Georgeson. If there is a safety car, he's going for it up the inside. Matthew Serrell almost takes a contact in the rear. How did they manage to avoid that? Beautiful driving by Coates there. He had to absolutely jam on the brakes as we see Williams coming under increasing pressure from Kelly-Reid. Kelly-Reid wanting himself back on the podiums. The Williams brothers now find themselves. They've had an incredible race so far, find themselves up temporarily, or at the moment on the podium positions. We are now into near uncharted territory. This may be the longest set of laps that we've had back to back without a safety car so far in the race. Imagine they make it all the way at the end now. We've got 8 laps left to go. Buhajar from Williams, from Kelly-Reid, from Blake, from Johnson. Lucas Blake hanging on in there in 5th place. And I tell you what, George, this has played right into the hands of Lucas Blake. It's been a long race for him, to say the least. But starting in 12th, at a few points he looked like he was going to be languishing down there. He's back up to 5th, and that's going to be a good haul of points. I'm sure he's going to consider this a good haul of points from Martinsville. As we said, it's all about the survival. He's done a great race. He's going to bring home some good points for 5th position, potentially even 4th as he gets the move done on Kelly-Reid.
Yeah,
wow,
Kelly-Reid.
Lucas Blake at the end. Oh, the 707 Johnson.
It's so close. Kelly-Reid there made a few mistakes in the last couple of corners. He's lost a lot of pace, and so is Jared Williams. Jared Williams last pitted, lap 86. Everyone else around him pitted in the 100 in terms of the lap, 116, 126. So a lot of more recent pit stoppers. So Jared Williams has become a bit of a cork in the bottle here. He's got Tom Williams now ahead of him trying to chase down Lewis Buerger, but the gap is 2.5 seconds at the moment, which is some distance on a circuit like this. And Kelly-Reid also seems to be suffering from a few little mistakes. He's trying to push very, very hard. He qualified on pole position today. John had didn't have it in for him, but he certainly had some predictions to be made that it was going to be. Oh, there we are. There's a caution with 4 laps to go. And who is it? It's Matthew Searle who has done that. So we will be getting a green and white flag for the end of this race. Let's take a little look at the replay. Here's Matthew Searle. He's got no one around him. He's in the doldrums. This is unforced, yet clips the apex, goes around and into the barrier. And just needs to hit the brakes. Oh my gosh. That is Damien Coates, who is called Code Brown to the pit lane right there on that one. Matthew Searle, fortunately, remembering his training and slamming on the brakes at the right time, because Damien Coates, if there was a millimeter more in it, would have been right into the side of him. That was scary. And I mean, John, we're going to have 1 lap of racing. I don't see how we wouldn't have 1 lap of racing to go at the end of this race. This is bizarre, and I love it.
Welcome to NASCAR, folks. George is a new initiate. I know he doesn't mind me saying that. He is reasonably new to NASCAR and to oval racing, and like any road driver that is blinded by the tracks, he had his opinions on it. Wasn't sure it was as difficult. He wasn't sure it was that difficult type of thing, George. I think it's safe to say. I think you're now realising after 8 races here at Tasman Racing League, oval racing for the win. Circuit racing is so easy compared to this.
You know what? You watch television, you watch Bear Grylls, you watch Outback Survival or whatever it is, you know, Naked and Afraid, whatever your jam is, you think, oh, I could do that. That looks easy. But then you get out there and you are naked and you don't have anything to start a fire, and you find out, you know what, this is a lot harder than I thought it was. It's like going on a game show. You think you can go and do Deal or No Deal. It's a lot harder than you think it is. That has exactly been the journey that I've been on with NASCAR and the oval racing. I tell you, I'm a big fan of it now. I've been converted. I do love this, and I'm going to be giving it a try at some point as well. So whatever, whoever will let me in. That's TrackSpot Christmas party. John's going to absolutely win the race 100%. I'm going to be in a wall wondering where's the right-hand corner that I was expecting to be there. But lessons will be learned, and everyone will have a great time. It is going to be an extension of 1 lap to 151 laps of racing, because we're going to go racing for 1 more lap in this race. And because he's such a big fan, because he's teaching us all about NASCAR, John, this one is over to you to the end of the race. Take us through it. Lead us away, because we are going to have a fantastic, exciting last lap of racing.
Yep, it's going to be a green and white checkered flag, and there we go. Lewis Bahadur moves over, takes the defensive line against it's Tom Williams. He's got behind him Lucas Blake, Jack Kelly-Reid down in 5th. Gets a rocket of a start. It's him and Lucas Blake. They're absolutely going side by side, but it's Lewis Bahadur that is leading the way. Just needs to avoid that inside curve. Easier said than done. He does so. They're all bunching up. There's a car wall riding in the background. He's going for it. He's going for the Hail Mary, and he hasn't made it work. Oh, and it's a white flag. Sorry, we're now on the last lap, so it has been extended. So they've not gone for the green and white checker. They've extended the lap as we've got someone who tried to wall ride there, and he's ended up damaging the car. It's cost him a lot of time. Oh, so we've got a bit of a wiggle going on. We've got all the cars trying to wall ride around the outside. They're all trying to gain positions, but it's going to be Bahadur that takes the checkered flag as the Buick's machine absolutely annihilates itself. And it's the Williams brothers on the podium, but Lewis Bahadur, he's managed to bring home a race win after the madness. What a race that was. Absolutely incredible. The last safety car just topped off the race perfectly. Indeed it did. All the cars crashed, and there is Lewis Bahadur with a nice little spin. He's going to do us some donuts. What an end that was. And Lewis Bahadur, I can tell you, will be the happiest driver out on track as the rest of them. Those are absolute donuts of ecstasy there from Lewis Bahadur, bringing home the race win. Jack Kelly-Reid denied a podium once again. This is the cruelest sport out there. It's also the most interesting as Lewis is flopping about. Oh!
Oh my goodness. Right, that's silly. That's enough of that. And now for something completely different. No, it's not something different. It's going to be our race results. Let's take a look at that. That was a great way to see the guys celebrating at the end. That was absolutely wild. How many cars did we have riding the walls at the end and thinking, you know what? Why not? Let's just take a punt and see what happens. And a couple of places definitely made there. I think Lucas Blake, the race admin who made this rule legal for this race, might have gained a couple of positions there as well. Damien Coates was the first man to kick that off. Either way, it is Lewis Bahadur on pole position by not much, ahead of Tom Williams, who returns to the podium. Jared Williams right with him there in the 96 car. And Jack Kelly-Reid, 1 step off the podium, qualified first place, cursed yet again by a Welshman. Lucas Blake in 5th position, Wade Georgeson in 6th, followed by Boom Blake. The tyre strategies there, fascinating one from the Blake brothers today. They pitted nearly every single time we had a safety car, but at the end, they realized there's just too many safety cars, and we're going to be at the back of the field, so let's just stay out on track. It is Damien Coates in P8, the number 17 car, ahead of Matthew Searle, who was the one who triggered that last safety car with an unforced error at the end of this race. Nicholas Heath in P10, followed by Jason Hutchins and Ian Silver. What could have been for the debutant here in P12, 73 laps down, unable to finish the race. Looks like a hardware failure all the way through, but we hope to see him back for round 9. John, while we get ourselves ready for some interviews, summarize if you can, please.
I think we're going to have to return to the classics, George. Woo! In a word, summarise. Safety car, safety car, safety car, safety car. Phenomenal drive by Lewis Bahadur. I think we'll have to say.
And there's your 3-second summary of the race, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go to the interviews. No, carry on. Do tell us more.
Absolutely incredible race. And this is Martinsville. I did say at the start to the viewers, anyone that's unfamiliar with this track, There is no runoff, there is no escape, and again, because there's no runoff, as George astutely pointed out, as soon as a car goes sideways, for safety reasons, we have to call a yellow flag. We saw some of those crashes there taking place during the race, and it's just all the mental focus required to get yourself to the end of a race like this when there is so many incidents. Just absolutely cannot be underplayed, and a phenomenal drive by the three up on the podium, especially Lewis Bahadur. It's great to see him getting a win. Great to see him have enough petrol to get to the end of the race for a start, but it's great to see him get himself a win, and Tom Williams back on the podium. Lucas Blake, though, let's not underestimate what our current series champion has done. He started at the back and he managed to finish in 5th place. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Under 12 safety cars, which is not bad out of 150 laps. It means that we did spend more laps under safety car than we did actually racing. But again, that is Martinsville. That is the joy of this track, and that is the joy of NASCAR racing. As George said at the start, they took Paradise and they made it a NASCAR track. It used to be horse racing here. We'll cover it in tarmac, and we'll see if the cars can make it round in one piece. No is the answer, but they get there eventually. But yeah, George, another absolutely cracking round from Tasman Racing League, and Martinsville really showing just how difficult NASCAR can be. And Lewis Bahadur with a phenomenal win. This is going to make it an interesting close to the championship with 2 to go.
It will indeed. Yeah, a fantastic race today. We're going to go in reverse order today. It was just to mix things up today. So I think first we're going to bring in Jared Williams into the commentary box here for an interview. Jared, hopefully you can hear us. I'll make sure we get the right name up on screen. But first of all, massive congratulations on the P3 today. You want to run us through from your perspective, what was the key to surviving at Martinsville?
Just not getting taken out or hitting anyone, mainly.
Yeah, I think so. And was the podium for yourself today, was it planned? Did you think you had a chance, or was it just chaos until the end and you just happened to filter out of the 7th, 3rd?
Oh, on the practice session, looking at the times, I thought I'd be up in the top 5. I didn't think I'd be on the podium, honestly.
Well, you certainly ended up on the podium, and we'll hand it to John for a couple of questions.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, running P5 in the practice, that keeps you massively in the hunt. Now, obviously, we knew there was going to be a lot of safety cars. I'm assuming you guys knew as well with the nature of the course. There was going to be a lot of safety cars. So I take it you factored that into the strategy as far as pit stop goes, just basically pit under yellow flag and see where that filters back in.
Pretty much, just pitting under yellow. Changing the tyres every time I pit.
And how did you find it at the end? Because that is quite a harem-scarum when they go green and white checker flag and they add 2 laps to the end. How did you find those final 2 laps? I mean, I take it that was some pretty intense racing there, especially given your brother was the one ahead of you.
No, it was good fun. That was, yeah.
Yeah, it's a good short course. It is a good short course. And we've got, not Miami next week. Where are we next week, George?
We are going to, if I just have a quick look at my schedule, you caught me a little bit unawares as well. So it is going to be Michigan.
Oh, yes, Michigan. Yeah, how are you with Michigan, Jared? Is this a track that you've practiced before, or how are you looking forward to that one?
It's going to be a good, fun race, Michigan.
Indeed it is. Indeed it is, yes. And a quick word as well, actually. It's good to see we've had the Blakes on the podium so far. It must be a nice moment for the Williams family to have 2 of you on the podium, although bragging rights do slightly go to Tom this time as he finished ahead of you. I'm sure he won't bring that up too often, though.
It's only because I let him pass me.
That's brotherly love, folks. Brotherly love.
It's called earning the Christmas. It's called earning the Christmas gift and the last bit of turkey or chicken or beef or whatever it is on the table. Jared, thank you so much for joining us in the commentary box. Congrats on the 3rd place. Well raced today. Well survived out there. You get the Bear Grylls Award for 3rd place. Fantastic.
Cheers, boys.
Thank you very much. Next up is going to be our 2nd place finisher, Tom Williams. So, Tom, take race today. What was it like out there at this crazy circuit? And did you expect to find yourself on the podium after, let's be honest, quite a lot of intense racing?
Look, lap 1 obviously wasn't how I wanted to start it by, burning my fast repair right at the start. But, at the end of the day, it's Martinsville. It is what it is. It's a very, you're either good at it or you're not. And, I think it's a fresh experience for a lot of people who haven't done it before or don't get to do short track racing. It's a completely different beast to the 1.5 mile circuits that we go to. But yeah, look, I'm happy to, definitely happy to get up there and have a clean rewind checker. That was, that would have been really exciting to watch. I'll go back and watch it again. But it was, it's Martinsville. What else can I say?
We're lost for words. So it's just Martinsville. It's just
That's the PTSD kicking in.
It certainly is.
Yeah.
The adrenaline, I'm sure. So tell us a little bit. Right at the end, there was a big crash up front. 3 or 4 cars got taken out. It was another opportunity, sort of lap 116 or 18 or so, probably the 9th safety car or so. You suddenly found yourself coming back up through the grid and through the field. Just from the perspective of the restart, how do you nail that? We saw Jack Kelly-Reid going lightning quick at the start. You had a couple of really good starts under the safety car. What's the trick to it?
I wouldn't necessarily say there's a trick. I just put it in second, put my foot down, and hope I can shift quick enough before it spins the rears. But no, look, I know Jared. He started in third for a couple of restarts to try and keep the wheel spin down. I didn't follow that advice. I just wanted to get the hammer down as quickly as possible. I didn't actually realize that the restart zone rule wasn't in effect, so a few guys caught me off guard by going before the line. And yeah, I was just a bit flustered. They just took off, and I'm like, oh, okay, I better go, but can't just put my foot down and whatnot because it'll spin the rears and get a bit loose. I know there was a couple of times where there's a lot of banging doors. I know Jared hit me once, and because I got a bit loose on the restart. So yeah, it was tricky, and especially on older tires as well. You don't have as much grip as what you think you do, and it's pretty tough.
Indeed. All right, I'm going to give you to John for a few questions.
Yeah, Tom, phenomenal race there. Again, congratulations to you and Jared, the brothers making it on to the podium. The strategy here, completely out of the window, as you say. It's a completely different beast to the 1.5 mile tracks. Was there how did you approach it as far as your pit stops? Because we saw a few of the drivers coming in every single safety car. Now, yeah, you don't have to be a psychic to figure out you're getting a safety car here every 10 to 15 laps. So did you think to yourself, I'm going to pit under every safety car, or do you think, there's maybe every second safety car, or did you kind of have an idea in your mind of when you were going to pit, or was it just a case of going with the flow and hoping for the best, hoping that the calls you did make were the best under the circumstances?
Originally the plan was to go every second. Depending obviously the interval in between. I didn't want to run on tyres for that long, and especially having unlimited sets. There's a little bit of a risk of running too long, and if you're running up the front, obviously the corner is so tight you can't necessarily see if there is an accident ahead of you, and I didn't want to be the reason for an accident. So I wanted to, but being put on the back foot from lap 1, I had some damage that I had to repair. I know I was caught up in a couple of the incidents where I thought I had damage, so I just wanted to have a clean car towards the end of the race and then see sort of what happens. But overall, I think the strategy would have been, probably go every 2, but it's Martinsville. You never know what it's going to throw at you caution wise, so yeah.
Oh, we love it.
It's a fun one. Yep.
Fantastic stuff.
Sorry, I was just going to say, we've got Michigan next week. It's a Yeah, one last question for you. We've got Michigan next week. It is a slightly different beast. How are you looking forward to that one?
Michigan hasn't been very nice to me of late, so kind of dreading it. In the official series, I haven't had a very clean run there. It's a lot tougher than it sort of looks. It's very long, very wide. But I think it'll be, provided there's no cautions, I think whoever can manage the tyres the best, I think will have a very good run. Fortunately, I feel like I'm not too bad at saving tyres, so I think if I can stay out of trouble, it might be okay. But look, either way, it's another opportunity to jump in the car and have a crack. So yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, 4 times longer than this course, Michigan is. 4 times the length, so yeah. It's going to be an interesting. Well, congratulations, Tom, not only on the podium, but of course, the most important thing, finishing ahead of your brother as well. So family bragging rights going to Tom at the minute. Congratulations, and can't wait to see what you do next time out, mate.
I would just like to say he did let me through. he definitely let me through, but I will still be bragging. Don't you worry about that.
Excellent. That's the way we like it. That's the way we like it. I love it.
Thanks, guys. Well done, Lewis.
Thank you very much, Tom. Much appreciated. Congrats on the second place. So we now move on to our race winner, Lewis Buerger. Left him for last because I think John may have a few things he wants to say to Lewis. Let's see. We'll start off with me, giving him a little bit of a... It's the other way around. Well, that's absolutely right. Luckily, you weren't 24 hours early for this race, John. So, fortunately for you, there's a limited amount of banter going that way, at least on that topic. Lewis, welcome into the commentary box, mate. First of all, congratulations on the race win. That wasn't necessarily the cleanest race out there, but that's to be expected, as we've been saying for the last 2 interviews. That's Martinsville. Give us the race from your perspective. You sent it up the inside more times than I can count, probably more times than we had a safety car. In fact, every safety car, we seem to pan the cameras back to you, and you're turning on the inside and overtaking someone. So, a lot of overtaking for you today.
I was pretty confident under brakes, and I just sort of made a rule for myself that just about every safety car, unless they're back-to-back, will stop for tyres, and so we'll pretty much constantly at the back, and yeah, just doing a lot of passing and getting comfortable. Made it to the last 40 laps and work it from there.
So there was a safety car restart, and you got a monumental run off the line. You put about a couple of seconds between you and the other couple of chaps there. Then suddenly the gap was nowhere, and Jared was right there. Can you tell us what happened? Because we didn't catch it on camera.
Yeah, I got a bit too happy on the throttle and got a bit sideways. That's all that happened there.
Oh, okay, sweet. So it wasn't a fuel issue is what I wanted to confirm before I give it to John for a few questions. Sorry. But yeah, Lewis, congratulations on the first place. I'm not going to stand in the way of this anymore. I'm not going to be the policeman here. You guys go for it. John, over to you.
Lewis, congratulations on the race win. Absolutely delighted for it. I know I give you a lot of stick in the chat. You've got a great sense of humour and you're a great driver. I did see you sending smoke signals early doors though after that head-on collision into the pit. Can you confirm those were smoke signals to let your pit crew know to make sure they got the fuel calculators right this week?
Yeah, it was all calculated. I didn't want to just lead the race right from the start, you know. So I figure if I throw it in the fence, it'll make it a bit challenging.
Right, okay. See, and that is the level of talent that Lewis Buerger has. He doesn't like to make things easy. He thinks, yeah, you know what, I'm going to do in my engine, and I'm still going to bring home the win. But no, a phenomenal race. And how was the race for you? I mean, we've talked about Martinsville being purely a survival course here, but that survival didn't really seem like that was massively on your radar. Again, George mentioned some absolutely incredible overtakes on that inside line. You were absolutely dominant. We've only seen one go awry when you clipped that inside curve, so you were really confident on those tyres on that inside line today.
Yeah, I was fairly confident. The Williams boys, they were quite good at defending the outside lane as well. They were always they're pretty challenging to get round, and I sort of got lucky with a few when I actually did get by them. But yeah, pretty confident under brakes there. And I mean, being Martinsville, it's every pass is going to be real committed and kind of half sketchy, so you just got to commit to it and try your best.
Yeah, full commitment is absolutely what's needed. An incredible race though, Lewis, and a very, very, very well-deserved win, and a long time coming since you've been up at the top of the tree. We've mentioned it already, we've got Michigan next week. It's only 4 times longer than this course, so an entirely different beast. So I'm taking it next week for Michigan, you'll just be breathing a sigh of relief and enjoying that one compared to this week's race.
Yeah, I actually haven't driven a truck around Michigan, so we'll see what comes. I done no laps of practice before this event, so I might just try that strategy again next week. Not do any practice.
I dislike it even more now. You rock up here, you don't do any practice, and you win. George, get him out this commentary box. I've had enough.
No, yeah, I relate to
enough.
that a lot. I do no practice and I get good results. So, John, there must be something wrong on your side. Common denominator, mate.
It's amazing what you can do when there's fuel in the car, John.
Indeed, and turning up on time also helps as well.
Oh, gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Oh, fantastic.
You absolutely do. But yeah, Lewis, huge congratulations, mate. I know we give one another a lot of stick. I absolutely love it. It really does bring an extra level of personality to this phenomenal league. If you are out there watching, by the way, get signed up. You could get yourself involved. And you too could find yourself handed the race win because Lewis has run out with petrol. The 1 week he doesn't, he brings home the win. It's amazing what you can do, Lewis.
I got nothing to say.
No, you can't come back from that one. Yeah, that's right. We'll have some words once we get off air for sure. By the way, Rob Tilley has been claiming part of your race win in chat. He said he went AFK. He came back and he asked if he won. I said, yeah, he did. And then he said, I was there in spirit in Lewis's truck. And they said, he better give me a shout out or friendship is over. So I don't know if you want to say something right now to that?
Yeah, massive shout out to Rob. He's a massive hindrance to the team and we absolutely love him for it. So big shout out.
Brilliant. That's fantastic. Hey, Lewis, congratulations on P1 today, mate. Great race. It's Martinsville after all. It was great to watch all the racing out there, but congratulations on the P1. Look forward to seeing you back. Of course, for the next round at Michigan. Right, that is going to be us. We're going to bring up the results for a final time and do a little bit of a debrief here. And, of course, looking forward at what is going to be coming up next because Michigan is quite a track. So we are looking forward to that very, very much. Lewis Berger, of course, getting the race win. Tom Williams, Jared Williams, all in the comms box for the podiums today. Jack Kelly-Reid, Lucas Blake, Wade Georgeson, Boone Blake, Damien Coates, Matthew Searle, Nicholas Heath, Jason Hutchins, and Ian Silver. We hope to see him back after an unfortunate DNF today. But what a race. Martinsville is a special place. And alliteration aside, I tell you what, I hope we come back here in future seasons.
Absolutely. What a course it is. Cannot agree with that anymore. It is just a phenomenal racetrack that started off with horses and might as well finish with horses because the cars bounce off the walls that much. Yeah, there's not much horsepower actually gets used. Over half the laps there were run on under safety car.
I was going to say, if we average the speed, if you take into account the speed under safety car and also the speed that they get, we probably are about 1 horsepower of top speed at this entire circuit. If we average it all out, I'd be fascinated to see what that is. Actually, just echoing a point that you made before we give it to you for a final summary, John. If you are wanting to join Tasman Racing League, link to the Discord is in the description, a permalink there to the Discord. Go there, get signed up. It's not just oval racing, there's road racing. There are end of series fun races as well. It's one of the best communities out there. Go and get involved. John, I'm going to say it for the last time tonight. Summarize this race in more than 3 seconds, please. And that'll give us a nice rounding out for today's stream.
Epic. Is an understatement. Just absolutely incredible. The level of concentration and commitment from the drivers to make it to the end. Because again, it's all fine and well oval racing, but when you spend a lot of time under safety car, the amount of concentration it takes to get those restarts, as we heard from Tom Williams, not spinning the tyres at a restart is very, very, very difficult indeed. So the levels of concentration from the drivers today, absolutely mind-blowing, and a real testament to the talent that we've got out on track here. And a big shout out to Ian Silva, making his debut, qualified in second, had some kind of hardware failure, but I tell you what, he was ready to upset the apple cart and take himself a podium today, and I absolutely cannot wait to see what he can do for the rest of the season. And certainly Lucas Blake, our incumbent champion, finishing in 5th today. He needs a big performance at Michigan next week, but he survived he survived Martinsville, and he brought himself home a 5th position with some good points. So a decent run there for Lucas, but he'll be looking for bigger and stronger things next week to cap off his championship charge, George. But Martinsville never disappoints, never runs without a safety car, and huge congratulations to everyone that did make it to the end today.
Yep, it was a fantastic race, and I will leave you with this little quote of mine, quoting myself, so I don't know, Freud might have a few things to say about this one, but Damien Coates, before the race, I said to Damien Coates, well, if you do want a raw ride, just remember that a Scotsman and an Englishman are going to chew you out on the public broadcasting arena. After the race, he's come back and said, as you were saying, ? Well, I've sent him a bit of a meme, and I've said, actually, you know what? Yeah, we loved it. Wall riding is awesome. Case closed. Martinsville, absolutely awesome. I think this might mark the point at which I'm actually converted. 80% way through the season. We've got 2 races to go, of course, round 9 at Michigan and round 10, the finale at Miami. I did say it right this time, I nearly didn't. But make sure you join us, same place, same time here on TrackSpotTV YouTube. It's been myself, George Cooke, in the commentary box tonight, alongside John Wright. It's been a pleasure bringing you today's broadcast. Until then, stay safe, and we'll see you back in a week's time for round 9 at Michigan. Until then, stay safe, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.